we've all heard of the coward punch or sucker punch, one punch assault, king hit. They go by different names, but sadly, they are the same thing, an unprovoked attack on someone where the perpetrator strikes from behind, usually not giving the person time to defend themselves. Over the years, we've seen the current law not address this heinous crime. It has led to several prominent cases where violent criminals receive lenient and non-sufficient sentences as a result of the Crown's inability to prove intent or intention. One case of a Christchurch teenager was punched and ended up in an induced coma and on life support because of an unprovoked attack. That offender was sentenced to 9 months of home detention, a punishment not fit for the trauma caused to the victim or his family. National MP Paulo Garcia has had his bill pulled from the biscuit, and that would amend the Crimes Act to specifically criminalise strikes to the head or neck delivered in situations where the victim is unable to defend themselves. And he joins me now. Paulo, a very good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Leah.
How lovely to talk to you. Your coward punch causing injury or death amendment bill. It's been a long time coming, hasn't it?
Yes, it has, and thank you for having me on your show. Yes, it has, but I'm not the original drafter of this.
No.
We've had, Matt King in the past has gotten it to first reading,
Yes.
but it was voted down. So this time around, we hope that we can get it through.
Paulo, yes, that's right. Northland MP Matt King tried to introduce it, I think it was in 2018, and as you've just said, it was voted down. Why
Yes.
why do you think that? Do you think it's a controversial bill?
I think it shouldn't be because the awareness, and you described the bill perfectly, the awareness of the occurrence of coward punches resulting in serious injury or death has gone far and wide. And so now, after that attempt in 2018, maybe now people are more seriously intent on making it happen.
Can you tell us, Paulo, what specific action or circumstances would incur if the coward punch charge was in place? What would happen to the person that did it?
Well, there will be an opportunity to prosecute the person under that specific crime of a coward punch causing serious injury or death. So what that means is that there will not be a need for prosecution to establish intent, the intention to kill or the intention to grievously hurt someone.
Because that's an interesting one, Paulo, because, yeah, as you're saying it, the offender needs only to have intended to strike the victim's head or neck or be reckless as to whether what occurred in order to be charged with this offence. How do you prove intention?
So it would have been by the action of hitting someone. So the fact that someone goes ahead and strikes someone who didn't have the opportunity to see it coming or to defend against it, that act in itself falls within the ambit of this legislation that we want to pass.
Paulo, some very well-known lawyers believe there's no need for this and that the current law is sufficient. What would you say to that? Because you're a lawyer.
I think, yes, I am. Although I'm not a criminal lawyer.
Right.
I think they are well-intentioned in the sense that they feel that manslaughter and similar crimes suit the situation. However, that manslaughter and murder require the proof of what the person intended to do. So
yes.
the intention of killing or hurting grievously, that is that is where we want to come in with the Coward Punch amendment bill, to identify that specific act of hitting someone who didn't see it coming.
Very similar to, I think, what was introduced with the Strangulation Act.
Yes.
Like I think it was last year, wasn't it, that came through? They've added that because, before strangulation, someone strangles their partner or tries to strangle their partner, there was really no, I mean, that was another one of these kind of sucker punch, kind of mystical,
Yes.
but
defense. Yes.
yeah. So, Paulo, as we've already established, Matt King, approached this a few years ago now. It's failed before, and if I'm correct, it was voted down by New Zealand First, I do believe, who's now still in power, obviously, back in power. Why do you think you'll get a different result? I mean, what's the approach now that would make it different, do you think?
I think that what we want to do is get the bill into first reading and then follow the process where people can submit and raise their points for or against. The issue then was that punishment was not sufficient compared to what punishment in a manslaughter charge would already provide. But that's a part of it. But really what we want to do is